Hello, church. I am Eric, and this is your weekly update. All right, for this week, I've got a couple of updates I want to give you about how we're thinking about starting to phase things back in. This is exciting, like this moment's finally come. And I also want to provide one brand new thing that's going to be starting this summer. So first for the updates. The first thing I want to make you aware of is we are going to be sending out a survey to get input from all of you about your comfort level with coming back and gathering in person as a church on Sunday mornings. Now, I know that people are all across the spectrum, and so as we plan and as we put together what restrictions and what may be modified on a Sunday morning, it's really helpful to know where your all comfort levels are so we know what numbers we're dealing with if we do plan this way, what numbers of people might be coming, and so we can try to figure that out. As you can imagine, this is a really hard time to plan for the future, but if you fill out that survey, it'd be really helpful for us. And the follow-up message I'll put on CCB later today, there'll be a link to that survey that you'll be able to click on. It should take you 5 or 6 minutes, really not that long at all. It's maybe a total of 5 or 6 questions, but your input will certainly help us there. Secondly, we've been getting questions about townships, our small groups, about should those start to phase in now, and what are we thinking about that? So Josh McGinn, who helps lead our township leaders, is working with them to start to think about these things and to care for each township as that township's comfort level, wherever that may be, and maybe a little bit different even township to township. So he's actively working on that. There'll be more information coming out soon. There should be some new guidelines, some new health guidelines coming out from the state here in the next couple of weeks, and so that is certainly going to inform how we as a church can move forward. But we are certainly looking at moving in that direction. Josh is also going to send out a message on CCB later today that's going to detail a little bit more some of the things that we're considering as leaders of this church, as elders of this church, and some of the areas. We don't have a lot of specifics for you yet, but we'll give you at least an idea of how we're thinking about it and the things that we're starting to move on. All right, those are the updates. We are eager to be meeting with you again in person, as I hope you are also eager to be meeting again with us in person, given some guidelines that are in place. Okay, for the new thing that we're going to do this summer, this is a little bit of an experiment on my end. I'm often outside in the evenings throughout the summer because I just like to sit outside. And I would like to invite the men of the church over twice a month to be outside with me. It'd be pretty low key. I was thinking maybe once a month, it'd be just come over and just be together, 7:30 to 9 o'clock, come and go as you please. But then the other time, once a month, I'd like to have some sort of topic that we talk about. And so I want to hear from the men of the church what you want to talk about. I might provide topics we talk about. It could be things like God's grace. It could be things like, what about the problem of pain? It might be a particular issue in the Bible or something that we want to talk about, and have that be a guided discussion where we can share those things with other men that we know have a gospel framework and that love Jesus together. This could be a really good outlet for that. So more information about all of that is going to be put on the men's group in CCB. If you're not on CCB, this is where we're pushing all of our information through. So if you're not on there, let me know, and I will help you get on there. My email address is eric, ERIC, @thetownchurch.org. All right, we send out something called the Town Crier. It's an emailed newsletter every Monday or Tuesday that goes out that has all the information about events happening in the near future, as well as all the links you need. If you aren't getting that, email Liz, Liz, @thetownchurch.org, and she'll get you on that list. Again, that's once a month that comes out. Once a week that comes out. You're going to want it. You're going to want that. I want to leave you with one piece of encouragement. I ran across an article by Brett McCracken on the Gospel Coalition, and he lists some different ways that we as a church can approach this season, and particularly the phasing in of things in a countercultural way. He lists 4 different ways. It's a really brief article. I'll put the link of that article on the follow-up message I'll post on CCB. But one of those things he mentions is approaching this with humility. To be honest, none of us know all of the ins and outs of this virus. None of us knows all the ins and outs of how best to move forward as a nation, as a state, as a county, and also as a church and start to phase things back in. We're certainly passionate about a lot of things. We have some pretty strongly held opinions. But as a body of believers, the encouragement here is to approach this season with humility and willing to listen to other points of views, and other people. This is not something that we're hearing a lot about in the culture in general. It can get pretty heated with really loud voices on each spectrum. It feels like yelling at each other. Let's not be that as a church. Let's approach this with humility, and it's a testament to us being made new by the work of the Spirit in our hearts and what He has done for us. It could be a fantastic way to witness to the gospel and the transformative power of the gospel. Church, we're getting there. It won't be long before we're able to meet again together in person in a phased-in, kind of step-by-step sort of way, and I'm sincerely looking forward to that. I love you all and hope you have a fantastic week.